Cadillac has, for most of the years in our 113-year heritage, been a very US-centric brand. And I think it's time that as we reinvent the brand, we shake off that US-only focus. We want to take the brand global. We want to dramatically expand our product line, and so we have to take a global view to generate the volumes, to justify the investments and all the fascinating new products we want to create. But at the same time, we need to have a very disciplined approach to the business. We need to grow only on a way that is sustainable. So you cannot buy market share in the luxury business. So it's quite an extraordinary challenge to grow the brand and expand the volume footprint, while also obviously raising transaction prices and avoiding incentives so that you really build brand power. And in the space of a relatively short period of time, we've been able to achieve that. We've got global sales growth this year and overall improvement in the quality of the business. And Cadillac is making a very significant contribution to the overall profitability of General Motors. And so while our ambitions still take us much higher, we are very happy with the progress we're making. The market segment into which we are launching this car is right now not only the fastest growing in the luxury market, it also is very, very large. The vehicle that is being replaced by the XT5, the SRX, is achieving its highest sales in its entire life cycle right in its final year of production, which is quite unusual, and it just reflects the absolutely red-hot nature of this market segment. And as we introduce XT5 now, with a far higher degree of sophistication, of craftsmanship, quality of execution, and product substance, it means that we really have a very compelling and highly competitive entry, and we anticipate a significant increase in our segment share. And as SRX already is the highest selling model in the Cadillac lineup, you can begin to see, when you add all these things up, the role that this car is going to play in expanding our customer base. The luxury market globally accounts for about 10% of automotive sales. But the luxury segment generates almost half of the total profit pool in the industry. General Motors is a titan corporation. It commands around 11.5% of the global automotive share. But Cadillac, its luxury arm, only enjoys around 3.5% of overall luxury share. And so it's clear that General Motors is not getting its rightful part of that profit pool. This is why there is a significant investment going into Cadillac, the brand, and our product portfolio. And also why we're entering new geographies. Because growing markets like China, and in the longer term, obviously the important markets in the Middle East, in Russia and Europe, are markets that must be cultivated. There's a lot of potential there. We have a powerful brand, and as we execute the strategy, this will spearhead another strong revenue stream for the corporation, so that we can diversify our profit sources and ensure that the company continues to prosper. So I think this is something that might startle people, but the reality is that 5 short years from now, 4 out of every 5 luxury cars are going to be bought by people who are either from Gen X or the millennial demographic group. This represents a landscape shift from the baby boomers who've dominated buying power in the segment until now. And brands that ignore this demographic shift will become marginalized. We know that the younger generation have a different view also of what constitutes luxury. We know that they are more orientated to what one might describe as a more progressive contemporary expression of luxury. And this has to be reflected not only in our brand positioning and marketing communication tone and manner, but also in the way we execute the products. At the same time, while they have very exacting demands in terms of sophistication and quality and technology, the price points at which they're able to access cars is not the same as the baby boomer generation. They, after all, still have to accumulate some resources, right? And this is also driving this trend towards smaller, more compact luxury cars, so that the price points are more accessible. And this forms a very important element of our future product strategy at Cadillac as well. As we stand here today, Cadillac is significantly stronger than it was a mere 12 months ago. Global sales are up over 5%, which is quite an impressive feat in the light of the economic headwinds in China, Russia, and the Middle East, all of which are key markets for Cadillac, while at the same time, we have significantly improved the quality of our business. In luxury, transaction price is vital. Let's face it, there is no more reliable, a real-world measure for a luxury brand than the value which consumers place on your product. And so it is for us quite insignificant that our transaction prices have increased by over $7,000 per unit during the past 12 months, to reach an all-time high for Cadillac. Year to date in the US, Cadillac commands the second highest prices in terms of average transaction prices in the industry, above both Audi and BMW. It is with this improvement in transaction prices, coupled with a reduction in incentive spending, that we know that we are building a foundation for long-term sustainable and profitable growth. We recently announced a collaboration with the acclaimed fashion designers Public School, and we celebrated this new partnership by giving a tantalizing glimpse of the new XT5 in an elevated runway appearance high above the Hudson River and the New York skyline. And last week, we provided an up-close look at the new XT5 at the Dubai Motor Show. And today, we are completing that global journey here in LA.